Hello! Today let's talk about the top gestures that you can teach your baby so that they can start communicating with you kahit hindi pa sila nagsasalita. Kaya tara, usap tayo. Let's get talking! Hi! For those who are new here, I'm Teacher Kaye and I'm a certified speech language pathologist. So today I'm going to teach you some of my favorite gestures na pwedeng ituro from as early as 6 months old kapag medyo nakakaupo na ng mag-isa yung bata, and also because 6 months is when we start introducing more solid food. So mas marami na talaga silang mga ma-explore, malalaman na nila kung anong mga food ang talagang gusto nila, and this will make them want to request and communicate with you more. Pero dahil hindi pa sila makakapagsalita, because at 6 months hindi pa rin fully developed ang kanilang mga speaking muscles, they will usually start with bigger movements from gross motor to fine motor movements, and these are some of the things that I can teach you, mga top gestures na pwede na nilang gawin so that they can start asking things from you. Okay, let's start. When you're introducing and teaching the gesture, lagi niyong isabay yung word na counterpart nito, yung verbal output. Because ideally, we want to bridge that gap between that time na hindi pa sila makasalita but we want them to communicate. But at the same time, we want to introduce to them the words na sasabihin nila eventually, which is usually a more convenient and more efficient way of communicating. So when you're teaching the different movements or gestures, always say the word at the same time. Next thing to remember is to always reward their attempts. So usually naman nangyayari to when they really want things and they will try to do things para maipakita yun sa inyo. This usually involves food or their favorite toys. So kapag nagawa nila yung gesture ng tama, laging dapat handa kayo to supply them with what they were asking for. Para ma-motivate sila na, kapag ginagawa ko pala yun, nakukuha ko yung gusto ko. So let's start. The first one that I want to teach you, actually the first two, sobrang intuitive naman nila. As in, feeling ko kahit hindi ko sa inyo ituro ito, alam nyo na to because we do it naturally. So kapag nakita nyo may gustong kainin yung anak ninyo, yung hand nyo, parang kapag nagkakamay tayo ng kanin, ganito yung gesture, and then put it close to the mouth. Tapos sabihin mo, kain? Gusto mo nang kumain? Or is it time to eat? You want to eat? So doing this while saying the word will eventually teach them na, kapag ginagawa pala to ni mommy, ibig sabihin kain. So kapag may gusto akong kainin, pwedeng gawin ko din to, maiintindihan ni mommy na gusto kong kumain. So same thing with inom. Kapag nakikita nyo yung gusto nila ng tubig, inaabot nila yung milk or yung water glass nila, pwede nyo gawin yung gesture na parang may hawak kayong baso, tapos inom. You want to drink? Okay, here's the drink kapag ginawa nila. So before we proceed to the next ones, another reminder, syempre at the first time na ipapakita nyo to sa kanila, they probably won't understand ginagawa nito and that you want them to imitate you. So that means you will have to start with doing it over and over again first to introduce the concept, and then next to do hand-over-hand facilitation or assistance. Kaya ko pala hawak tong bear, hindi ko pala na-explain kung bakit. So kapag nagsasabi ako ng eat, tapos nakatingin lang siya sa akin, di niya get, you can get the child's hand and say, you want to eat. Yes, okay, I'll give you food. Okay, next one. So, ang mga bata, alam naman natin that they are at the mercy of kung ano lang yung ibinibigay or hinahanda natin sa kanila. And sometimes that means na kunyari, hindi natin agad makita na gutom pa pala sila. So, kapag gutom pa pala sila and hindi nila alam kung ano yon, minsan iiyak na lang sila or makikita mo gaganyan-ganyan sila asking for more. But you can try this gesture that means more. So, again, yung kamay natin na parang nagkakamay ng kanin, and then ipagdidikit natin sila. Sabihin mo, you want more? Okay? You want more? Can you try it? More! Okay, mommy will give you more! And in the same way, kunyari naglalaro kayo, tapos tuwang-tuwa siya nung binubuhat mo pala siya. Parang, wee! Wee! Tapos na kasi napagod ka na. So, kaupo na kayo. So, hindi niya masabi sa'yo na, mommy, gusto ko pa noon, ulit-ulit. So, another gesture that you may want to try is, again? Do you want to do it again? O sige, let's do it again. Wee! Next one, if they want something, di ba usually they use their grabbing hand. So ganyan yan, kapag may gusto, I want to grab everything. But we can try teaching them the gesture of having a palm up for instead of grabbing it themselves. It's parang asking permission. Merong courtesy aspect. Medyo mas magalang. So when they do this and they want something, you can say, do you want this? Want? Okay, you want something, mommy will give you something. Or sometimes naman, you know that they want something, pero kinuha ng kapatid. Pero ang gusto yung sabihin, akin talaga yun eh. So you can teach them, oh, mine, that's mine. Can you give it to me? Mine. Para malalaman din nila, meron na rin concept of self. So, that's mine ba? Okay, I'll give it to you. Sige. Another slightly less specific gesture for them is when they need help. Kunwari, they're playing and there's something that they couldn't lift kasi masyadong mabigat. They can just ask for help. Do you want help? Or if it's something specific naman, like you know that they want to open a container, hindi nila mabuksan yung lalagyan, pwede mo sabihin, you want me to open? Okay, let's open. So this can also work for opening doors, opening boxes, etc. And then, kunwari, gusto nilang pumunta sa kabilang kwarto or gusto nilang lumabas pero hindi nila maipaintindi sa'yo, you can teach them, do you want to go? Let's go outside. Okay, let's see if you can do it. Let's go there. Okay, let's go there pala. And two very important things that may work as inhibitory or parang terminating the session or terminating an activity is when you say, stop. Okay, we don't do that. Okay, can we stop? Or when we want to say, tapos na tayong maglaro, can we finish now? Are we done? Are we all done? Okay, we're all done. There's so many other signs that you can use. And these are based off the Filipino Sign Language. And nagpatulong ako sa aking friend and fellow colleague na speech language pathologist din si Nella. So thank you for that. But again, these are the few ones that I chose lang that you can use with your babies to bridge that gap between hindi pa nakakasalita pero gusto nyong makapag-communicate pa rin with their gestures. But if the child has impairment and may need other forms of communication, please go check with your doctor for hearing tests and possible amplification devices and a support group. Nella also directed me to some of the support groups that you may want to consider. So there's the Philippine Federation of the Deaf and the Philippine Association of the Deaf, and I'll put the links below. And if you want to learn Filipino Sign Language, a course is available in De La Salle CSB's School of Deaf Education and Applied Sciences. And that's it for today. I hope that you found that useful. If you did, it would really help if you showed me with a like and if you shared it with your friends and family. And if hindi pa po kayo subscriber, please click the subscribe button and join our learning community here. And are we all done? All done? Alright, bye! So happy talking and mabuhay!